Hello, my name is Susanna Eng, and this is my TED Talk. The Art of Change in Baking. I've always considered myself a tomboy. From playing with Legos in primary school to being the first girl to try out for my high school's football team, it's been difficult in my life to fit in with my female classmates. As a senior, most of my female friends enjoy doing visual arts such as drawing and painting, which made me question if there is an art in my life that I am passionate about. My first thought was that there is an art in everything as long as people are willing to search for it. However, I contemplated more and realized that there is an apparent art in my life every time I bake. For my classmates within the last 5 years, they have probably tried my chocolate chip cookies at least once and can attest to the taste. Actually, these cookies were the first item I entirely made by myself for a middle school bake sale and immediately were a hit ever since then. Over the years, I have also created more stunning baked creations such as mochi brownies and Hong Kong egg tarts. While each creation takes a different amount of time, the process of making the pastries is where the art unfolds. With cookies, the simplicity is that the ingredients can be incorporated into one bowl, like this, but it requires patience on my part as I found hand whisking the dough to be the best technique to be sure it turns out with the perfect consistency. However, for egg tarts, the steps greatly vary. First, I had to learn how to make the flaky crust, which involves me to be very gentle with the dough for caution purposes of over kneading it. Then, to make the custard of the tarts, I stir in ingredients slowly in order to avoid lumps and for assurance that it will be thick enough to set. But in the process, the real beauty cannot be truly captivated until the dessert is baked, which can take anywhere from between 12 minutes, like cookies, to an hour, like these egg tarts. After waiting for the timer to sound, like ding, I finally can reveal the masterpiece that was put together and deliberately taste a delicious piece when it has cooled down. It brings me satisfaction when knowing that the time I intentionally took to bake can bring a vibrant flavor for friends and family to enjoy. But that's not all. What if I told you I don't follow online recipes like some would guess? Whenever I bake for an older group of people, for example, a retired fellowship my parents host for dinner bi-monthly, I get asked by someone for the recipe of my dessert. What people don't realize is that I actually had to change the original recipe because I have food allergies. So I asked them if they would like the exact recipe I made up or the standard recipe. Because I am allergic to milk and tree nuts, I have to be overly cautious when eating to avoid reactions. This is why I don't follow online recipes when I want to explore making a new dessert. Recently, I was able to make a coconut cream pie entirely dairy-free, including the crust. Whenever I change a recipe, I consider it an art and a mini science experiment for people trying it. I often wonder if others can taste the change in my dessert because it lacks dairy and tree nut ingredients, and I'm ensured it does not affect the main flavor when people compliment that they actually like my creation better than the store-bought versions with those allergens. This is an art because it lets people who share my allergies also enjoy the flavor that meets their needs. I see baking as an art because it can be easily applied to my dream career of being an engineer. With engineering, one must look at their design in multiple perspectives to be assured it can be completed. Likewise with baking, I try to make sure I present my final creation in an aesthetic manner by looking at how it looks from different sides of the tray or pan. It's a very small detail, but that's the true art, noticing how one small change can make the creation stand out among a table of desserts at a Thanksgiving potluck. Although it has taken years to admit, I have really seen the change in my baking skills from the first time I made cookies alone to spending 6 hours perfecting a recipe on pull-apart marble taro bread. That's a picture of it. Whether your goal in baking is to not burn anything, have fun, or design intricate pastries, improvement takes time, but ultimately is worth the outcome of the art. Time flies when you find passion in any form of art, and that's when the change is the most evident. Having finally accomplished making taro bread after kneading the dough, making the filling, and rolling out the marbled pattern successfully providing me with the confidence that my self-taught baking skills have succeeded my former mindset and motivated me to begin creating time-lapse videos of some of my processes for people to see the change from a bowl of ingredients to a dessert fit for a feast. I would like to continue changing recipes to become more allergy friendly and hope that the people I serve my desserts to can see the hard work I put into it. Whether a baked creation comes out how I expected it to look on my first try or on my fifth attempt, I am continually inspired to become a better self-taught baker and would like to encourage others who are interested in baking more as a hobby. Baking is a form of art for me because I am able to design new recipes with ingredients people may not have tried, such as olive extract or oat milk, envision a design for my final products, such as the shape or color, and strengthen my techniques, such as kneading bread or rolling cinnamon rolls. Thank you for your time.